Good afternoon, audience, and welcome to another show of For Art's Sake. In reality, this is our quarantine show. We've decided to do it here in the lovely Westfield of Massachusetts. Thank you to Vic Rosario. He was humble and kind enough to allow us to come to his home, and we are recording live here in the outdoors, and it's absolutely a beautiful day. And I'm having two wonderful musicians with me this afternoon, and I am going to be interviewing them because they have really nice projects coming out, and we are going to talk all about it here in For Art's Sake. Hi guys.
How you doing? Hello. Thank you for having us.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here, DAR.
Very well.
And Vic Rosario. Thank you. You have a lovely home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You've been living here for a while now?
It's been part of the family for about 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think 2010. So
Nice.
It's been a work in progress, and
Sure.
It's gorgeous.
And how are you both feeling throughout this new norm, as we call it?
It's a day-by-day process. You know, it's one step at a time. I'm loving it. It's been a creative moment. You know, in order to go inside yourself and just express yourself, frustration, happiness, enlightenment, all that.
Many things going on.
Love it.
and,
Yes.
and you don't have to leave your house.
No,
You can stay home.
no.
As long as you have a studio, as long as you're able to work, as long as you have a phone.
The phone is the office.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I know both of you have been very creative lately, working in multiple projects at the same time. And DAR The Rebel Monks has a new project coming out. I know you've released the song of Mujer de Fuego, and you had also released the song Quiero Abrazarte y Nunca Dejarte Ir. And there were major songs that went through YouTube and iTunes. And tell us about it. What has happened since?
Well, a lot's been happening, but what we're focusing on now is the new release that's going to happen June 18, called Uno Solo Yo Soy. That one features Father Goose from Jamaica, Addis and the Revolution from St. John Islands, Caribbean Islands, and also working, which this whole project has been working with my partner, genius, Vic Rosario, which is right here.
Hi.
And he actually has been the link, the bridge for me to connect with all these other international artists in order to create this Caribbean pop, rock, flow, bilingual kind of thing, English or Spanish or worldwide.
It's kind of cool because
You take it away.
you can cross over to these different genres of music, but it's all the same. Reggae's reggae.
Mm-hmm.
Rock is rock.
Mm-hmm.
Pop is pop. You know, so when you do these different genres of music, it's just how you come across is how you want it to come across.
Sure.
You know, his situation and working together, we do a bilingual thing because we tap into different genres, the English and the Spanish, you know, which is great because now if you listen to normal radio, you hear Spanish and English all on the same station.
Exactly.
Sure.
When you go to PR, when you go to Puerto Rico, you put on a station that has English and has Spanish, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like there's
Definitely.
no
barrier.
There's no barrier.
And it's very relevant nowadays because we are doing all that we can to join communities. The Latino community in partnership with the American culture, and I think it's bringing a really nice flavor and value to the current music that we're listening to. So what do you say that Uno Solo Yo Soy brings to the table? How do you describe the song?
Well, Uno Solo, that means we all are one.
One love.
And one love. And that's the whole song, really. It's one love. It's understanding, respecting, and loving all races, all colors, everything through music, which is what we've been blessed with that gift to do. You know, we
Just a vibe.
yeah.
It goes into a vibe, and it goes into just like you said. It's a positive message. One love, solo, unity. It's all these multiple things, and when you listen to the track, it's a reggae track that has rock, that has pop, that has jazz, it has some gospel.
Actually folkloric music from Puerto Rico that you would never hear it in the mainstream.
No.
We put it in there. We put a
that's right.
we put I mean, he lives in Massachusetts now, but he's coming from the one lineage of family in Puerto Rico, African Puerto Ricans called the Cepedas, that do this folkloric music called bomba, which got so many rhythms within it, and that's not public, out to the public. We bringing it into pop music. Somewhere in there, and he's playing it the correct way. He's playing it the way that a folkloric or what is that word? Somebody that's true to the culture would do. Traditional. That's the word. Thank you. I was trying to find that word. And we blend them in the pop world. You know,
Put him in.
you would put him in there, and he performed very well. I'm very happy with what. And then seeing Victor working in the studio, it's amazing how he can, put this, mix it all together. I don't understand it in a way, and we never argue, but we might no, listen, I'm listening, and he will look at me like, just give me a second and you will get it. And then all of a sudden when I hear it, it's like, that's what I was hearing.
You have a connection between both of you. You have very similar careers, very similar styles. You have the same objective of where you want to get with your plans in music. And who was the songwriter for Uno Solo Yo Soy?
Well, I wrote the lyrics, and he wrote the melody. I came out, and he just, usually that's how it is. I come out with a melody, he leaves, and then he just...
We were in the studio, and I just grabbed the guitar
and that's it. And
did it more. You got a drum track here.
Yeah.
I go, okay, let's record this, and give me the bass. Let's play a bass line.
That's how we work.
And then I think from there we said, okay, this is the chorus, which is the same. We switched this up, and then we needed a bridge. So I sat there and I'm like, okay, we should try this. And how we work, it's interesting because we bounce ideas, but when you work with people, you have to have faith. You have to believe.
You do.
And the talent, and sometimes even we may disagree, but I said, David, hear me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And I allow it.
Collaboration.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And talking about
It's like a
faith,
marriage.
It is.
It's like
In
a
a sense,
marriage.
you know what I mean? And
Without
that's
kissing and all that,
Yeah, good.
and you're talking about faith and confidence. And how do you see, now we're living a very different era. We have been impacted by the pandemic, and a lot of things have changed. So how do you see that having an influence in music, and how do you feel music will evolve during this period?
That's actually a good question, because for me personally, it really helped me reevaluate where I want to be. If this didn't happen, I was on tour. We stopped the tour. I would have been 2 or 3 weeks on the road, came home for a couple of weeks, go back on the road, come back. So it was the same old mountain that you just keep going and going. And there was a lot of music, a lot of things that I wasn't getting done.
And you're going autopilot.
Yeah,
You're kind
in
of
a sense,
doing
you know what I mean?
it without
Gig
thinking.
here, okay, we gotta pay the bills, you got gig, you gotta travel, we got rehearsal, I'm in New York, I'm in Connecticut, I'm here, I'm there. And the tours that I'm doing, they're cross country. You go to Canada, we were supposed to go to, I think, overseas, and just got, I think recently to go to Peru, like weird things happening. But I sat there and I said to myself, it was just like, because of this, it helped me reevaluate. And I said to myself, it's just, let me take the downtime, spend time, and create. Write records, produce, collaborate. Now 3 months have passed, the collaborations are coming out. So the work is showing for itself, just like what you guys do. You know what I mean?
Yes,
you
sir.
guys, the Facebook Live, the live streaming, all these
Trying
things.
to reinvent.
Try to reinvent, but they all those inventions have been there before this. But none of the musicians took the time to utilize it.
Sure.
So to me, and speaking for myself, taking the time to utilize it, I have a studio set up, I have Pro Tools, I have Reason. David and I, we collaborated on a couple of the quarantine things. You send me the track, okay, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll bounce ideas. Work doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't.
I haven't stopped working.
Me either.
I just shifted my energy, instead of doing gigs, instead of being on tour, instead of doing practicing, to now making records, now doing other stuff that goes back to what I originally used to do. I'm a recording engineer. I went to NYU. I had to get my master's in this and doing all these multiple things, and it made me actually relearn the program because I did an upgrade on Pro Tools, and Reason, I sat there and like, wow, I haven't touched this in 6 months. And then I updated, I'm like, how do I use this program?
So you're expanding your possibilities because you are expanding your talent, you're expanding your exposure. Like social media now has taken such an important role. If it was important before, now it's like the major thing. If you're not in social media, there is no way that your audience is going to get who you are, your music, get your music out there, make people get interested in what is the talent that you're bringing through.
That is true. And these are things that artists should have been doing all along.
Exactly.
Because this is, in today's society, it's all about social media, Facebook. I don't know.
Instagram, Twitter.
You wake up and I go to my phone, I go to Facebook. Okay, I got the Instagram, LinkedIn. You have all these multiple programs and software that you as an artist, no matter what level you are, you post pictures, you share your music. It never stopped. With the coronavirus, yes, happened. It just made people more focused on those things,
because it changed the focus. The way I see it, it changed the focus of the audience. Before, the audience was out at a bar or out at any venue, or now they're at home. So they're most interested in knowing what's going on outside, so they can also be part of something, belong. And so I think that the audience shifting their energy into social media, being more relevant at home, has also been a great opportunity for musicians to take advantage of that.
Yes,
because it's everywhere. Like, you put Facebook, Instagram, everyone is doing a video, and everyone is coming every day with new creative ways of showing, their music, and you're starting to discover very talented people out there, like you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
As far as that, but
yes. And DAR, how do you think that now that you're more into social media, and I see the live shows that you're doing, and you're doing the acoustic also, and you're playing some very interesting music, and how do you feel about it? Because it must be a change for you, being out there and playing, live, and all of a sudden you're playing live, but you're in your living room.
Well, it's been really nice, but I agree with Victor that this is something that I have been doing for a long time. And because social media is important for us to be known, especially an international artist that I am, to get to that international audience. Crazy is the live. That's new to me. It was new. The first time I did it, I was waiting for this reaction. It wasn't there. But it was there in a different manner, through hearts, through fingers, or all that, comments and requests and all that. And then it made me start doing music that people wanted to hear, just to share the happiness of being blessed to be able to do that, at least to continue the live performance. And at the same time, it just made me focus on my own projects, on really finishing stuff up, calling him. The good thing about having a studio in your house, which I recommend to every artist, we talk about it all the time, we don't need to be in the same roof or in the same place to record and be in a recording with whoever. I just sent a recording to Brazil, and the guy is recording one of my songs, and I just did it out of my house, and just like him. Hey, Vic, I got this artist. Okay, Vic, cut me the guitars, and I bring it, which it made me focus on what I already have around me. Maybe I was overlooking, but now it's like, well, I got all the resources here. Let's put them to work. And
that goes with time too.
It goes, definitely.
When you're stuck with, you know what I mean? You're focusing on gigs and trying to make money, trying to do all these things. You somewhat lose focus on that because your objective is to survive.
And to make money. Yeah, exactly.
And
Survive.
it takes
You just said
longer
it.
to
Right.
accomplish
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you prioritize
Well,
the
yeah.
gigs and
Yeah,
you
family,
leave it behind. So
families.
it takes longer to make the to have the project out.
Awesome.
Yes, and I know DAR and the Rebel Monks had plans to go to Latin America. There was some projects that had to be put on hold.
Yeah.
So what is the expectation? How do you see? Is these are projects that are going to come out in 2021? What is the expectation?
Well, I don't know. The project's still happening now, stronger than ever. Like I'm saying, I'm more in contact with that, and even working with like a good, well-known salsa player. He was when Sony, Pupi Santiago. He called me up because he saw what I was doing through the salsa music, bringing it into the pop world, doing what we do. He's really well connected in Colombia, which was where we were going. So now even the door opened even brighter, you know, because now DAR The Rebel Monks is doing music with a salsa guy, and we can cross over. That's the thing that we always talked about.
Yeah.
Crossover to not to limit ourselves. It's like
Santana in a sense.
exactly.
He
Just
plays the
like
same exact guitar, which we love,
forever,
on any beat,
and that's what I do though.
any style, and it works for the fact
It
that
does work.
he can flow with that.
Blend it.
And what I admire, what I respect, and what I grew up listening to was that for the fact that you have a guy who can adapt himself to anything. If you can
Anything.
adapt yourself to anything musically, you have a better chance
of surviving
of surviving.
the changes
times.
of times.
You change the times.
Yes.
You do the duets, you do this, you come out with a salsa record, you come out with a hip hop record, you come out with smooth jazz, whatever it is. It's music is music. It's all the same.
Sure. And I think more and more we need musicians that are able to cross over. I think that has been overlooked through time. There's some genres that have started to decay as a result of musicians not being able to evolve with time. And I think it is important. I think the work and the ideas that you both are bringing to the table are very interesting. And when you are thinking about Uno Solo Yo Soy, is there a video out? Are you in the process of recording the video?
We are in the process. We are definitely in the process, and we're taking our time. And it's just gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, you know, because we're not like this pandemic showed me, at least. I don't know if you agree with that, Vic. Is that you gotta live in the moment and really give it your all to this moment. And whatever is happening right now is the only thing that really counts. So whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen regardless. You just keep maneuvering. You know,
keep focused
and keep putting work and
evolving.
Evolution. That's
Sure.
the word.
And Vic, I don't want to leave behind the fact that you are collaborating with other projects.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Well, there's a couple of things I have. Let's see here. Father Goose just released a new single, new video. David's actually a feature on it. I Can Make It.
Yes.
Great song.
It's actually a very positive
It's
song.
wonderful.
It was actually that was recorded at the house too.
Yeah.
You know, Father Goose and I, we've just been for the past couple of years just kind of just connected musically. You know, we talk all the time and we have a good time. So one day he says we should write some music together. I says you're right, we should. You know, I'm the type of person, and it's just been one ride, you know, after another. Recently, we just won an Independent Music Award for Rise Up, which Rise Up had Father Goose at Addis Revolution, had Cooley Ranks from the Pilfers, which I've been touring with the Pilfers for the past 5 years, and another artist. So there's a connection that for the past couple of years I've been trying to establish. When I work with artists, I look at it not as just as one individual, I see it as multiple individuals. It's a link.
Bringing together.
It's unity.
Yes.
It's building a family that you can actually build. You know, we started off with La Bamba. You know,
You're
then
building a network.
of course, and the network is not just in one area; it's across the world. You know, you're collaborating with someone from Brazil, you're collaborating with someone from Jamaica, you're collaborating with someone from all these different places, you know, and you sit there, it's all based on music. Music.
That's the one love.
Yeah, that's the one love, and that's the ticket that brings you all over the world.
And you're not only, what I love about you both, I've had the pleasure to not only interview you a couple of times, but be on stage with both of you. So it's been great. And what I like is about the fact that you not only bring the subject of unity in your lyrics, but you also are an example of that just by what you just communicated to us. You know, you're building a network that is not only crossing borders, but, you know, is bringing different uplifting messages to the audience. And just for the purpose of those in the audience that don't know who Father Goose is, could you tell us a bit more about him so they understand?
Yeah, sure. Father Goose is actually great, talented producer, writer. You know, he's, to me, it's interesting because he evolves. He won a Grammy doing children's music, and then, you know, when you consider children's music, they think of, you know, ABC, you know, children's music in a sense. No, children's music is what we're trying to do is hybrid it into family music.
Sure.
So now the music is now, you can listen to the music. Okay, the music sounds pretty good. What's the lyrics? Wait a minute here. I can make it.
Yeah,
can't
so the
you
family
see?
can relate. The whole family.
The whole
can
family.
enjoy.
Yes.
You know, as you evolve as an artist or as an individual as you get older. When I was in my 20s, my music was a little bit different. I wanted to be fusion. I wanted to be Schofield. I wanted to do certain things and play all these 50 million notes as a guitar player and grow that way. Now that I'm getting older, I'd rather play less. And collaborating, you know, when you listen to it's only three
It's
notes.
simple, but it hits right
It
here.
hits you. Like, you know, it brings me back to listening to a record of, I don't know, like Jimi Hendrix, you know, when you hear the riff. And the music today, I think, kind of lost that. When you listen to, like, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin
There's
what
no,
I had in mind.
Right, there's no riff, there's none of that now. I think we lost that in music. But going back to that, you evolve as a musician and as an artist that, okay, where are you on life right now? Wait a minute, I have a son, I have this, I have that. I can't be a gangster rap star, you know what I mean, come out with a record like that because it contradicts my persona as how you establish. Okay, we just Rise Up just won an award. It was off of a children's record that made the Grammy ballads, so children's. So now if I cross over to something else that's a different genre, I can, because, you know, as a writer you can do different things as someone who writes music, cross over. But for me personally, it's got to have a message. It's got to be positive.
And you tapped into something very interesting, which is the fact that the music reflects who you are as a human being and where you are in life at that point in time.
Exactly.
And, you know, much have been said about the fact that people nowadays use electronics to do music, and to a certain extent it takes away the humanity, but it doesn't.
No.
Because behind it is a human being that is using that as an expression of where they are, what's the message they want to convey. And I think it's taking, you know, technology is bringing very good things from artists. You know, so I think it's just the perspective, the way you see it, that will give you the idea.
Give yourself the opportunity.
Sure, give yourself the opportunity to explore different, you know.
Yeah, and with technology is
different
amazing.
technology.
Oh,
Sure,
yes.
For the way
definitely
that
so.
how drum machines sound now. You know, 20 years ago they didn't sound. They sounded decent, but now
It's like having a guy playing.
Right. I was in a studio. They sent me a drum track. I said, "Who played drums on it?" "Oh no, that's a drum machine." I just kind of, you know, put a feel to it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I gotta get this guy on tour. You know what I mean? As far as that.
The timing is perfect.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no. Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to be the best.
No, you don't.
Just have great timing,
Great
Sure.
timing.
Sure.
and you can play anywhere in the world.
And really want to play. You know, it's one of those things that
Passion.
the audience can feed off. When
Yeah.
you have a musician that you can feel they want to be there, they really want to connect with you. So DAR and the Rebel Monks, audience wants to connect with you. Where they can find your music?
Well, definitely they can connect with me through Facebook on the David Allen Rivera, and there's a page also, DAR The Rebel Monks. And now you can go into iTunes, Amazon, Napster, all the internet, Spotify, to get our music. And
So we can buy your singles. online.
definitely, and look out for the one in January.
June.
No, June.
June.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
you see,
June.
that's why he's important in my family.
That's that
That's the
quarantine life.
collaboration.
That's the quarantine.
That's
I'm
remember,
still in
that's the
January.
quarantine life.
Synchrony between.
I don't know what day it is. I just know it's sunny out.
Just pick it out in iTunes. Definitely pick it up. Pick it up.
Uh,
The 18th June.
the 18th of June.
2020,
Sí.
2020.
Uno
I
solo
remember
yo
the
soy.
year.
Uno solo yo soy is coming out.
Uno
on
Solo Yo Soy,
June 18th.
featuring Father Goose and featuring Alexander Revolution, Vic and I, DAR The Rebel Monks. It's a fun.
Actually, between you and I, we did the whole.
No, everything we done.
everything.
We did everything
Between-
there,
between all the
except the
instruments.
bomba guy.
Yeah. He's the
You know,
only
Saul,
one.
he's the
Yes,
only one there.
yeah.
We done everything.
So definitely we encourage each and every one of you to go into the different platforms that David just mentioned and get their singles. They have Mujer de Fuego out. They also have Uno Solo Yo Soy, which is coming out in June 18th. And then we also have Quiero Abrazarte y Nunca Dejarte Ir. So definitely check them out. And Vic, where can they find you and know more about the work that you're doing with DAR The Rebel Monks, but other
Facebook, same thing.
musicians?
Yeah, same thing. You can see Amazon, all these different places. There's tons of stuff, and there's going to be more stuff coming out.
Oh, I know.
More stuff coming out.
So, just to wrap up the interview, I want to have something fun. So, David, what would be your advice to people for the moment in time that we are living? Your
Just
best advice.
Just keep focusing, keep inspired, keep being in the moment, and all it will be well. Really, that's all we have.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only moment. So I'm enjoying this interview
Yes. And it's a
and this
lovely
moment
day.
here
Definitely.
with this whole crew, beautiful crew, party. I can't wait for the food that I smell, and you know that's being cooked.
And
time.
Vic, you
Party.
have the last word today.
I have the last
What?
You
word.
do.
have the last
You got the
word.
last word,
Oh,
brother.
no. What do I
And you got a
say?
minute.
What do you want to tell the
And you
What
got
do
a
I say
minute for
here?
that
Let me
last
think
word.
here. I just say, like, I agree with David. Just stay creative, stay inspired, and keep doing what you're doing. As an artist, as a person, and stay positive in these troubled times. You know, with all the riots and all these crazy things happening, you can lose focus real quick. So
Definitely.
focus on what you love and your passion, and stay true to yourself,
Yeah.
and walk the right path.
Yes.
Just walk
Well, audience, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. It's been a wonderful experience. I
Thank
hope
you for
guys
having us.
Thank you.
enjoyed it.
Definitely.
And for Art's Sake also wants to bring you the same message. Stay focused, stay healthy, stay strong, and we will definitely survive this. It's a new norm, and I think for Art's Sake is going to begin now bringing you the interviews from different places around Connecticut. So thank you so much for watching, and we're looking forward to have you on For Art's Sake. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you for having us.